If you, like me, absolutely hate working on iPads, specifically the part where you need to prep the frame, where you're constantly having issues, where the glass is removing, this is the video for you. At the request of a viewer, which I'll read here in just a sec, but we're going to go over how to prep the frame and then also how to prep the home button bracket. It's really not that difficult, and once I started doing these, my number of do-overs that I had just dropped considerably, so stay tuned. So this is an iPad 7th generation, but this method will work pretty much on every model of iPad. So as you can see, we have all of this adhesive, residue left over from the original adhesive. And it's really not that difficult, and it's only a couple of steps. And like I said, it is an absolute game changer. So I start with a Excel 17A chisel blade. I then come in with an alcohol pad. I like to wring this out, get most of the original liquid, and then replace it with 99%. You don't need to use a bottle like this, but it definitely does help. Basically, I just bring it up in a ball, and then I replace a lot of the times, or sometimes, there's still some adhesive sort of left over, so then I'll go in with maybe a second time with this. Then once that's done, it's simply a matter of using a Q-tip and some 3M primer. And they do sell these in little one-time use. So if you only do a couple of iPads, or even just maybe only one iPad, that's kind of the way I started out until I started doing a lot more, and now I have a jar. And the last step is using your adhesive. Now, more often than not, I am replacing the Tessa tape that comes on here with a much better Tessa tape, in my opinion. And it's not specifically made. You can get stuff that's specifically made. I just find that specifically this stuff, 61395, to be considerably better in conjunction with primer. And then I'll come in with a spudger. So I always remove my adhesive first before moving on to cleaning the LCD, as if you do it the other way around, in the amount of time it takes you to remove all your adhesive tape, you can get little pieces of dust. Now, some of this stuff I didn't mention at the beginning, but there are a couple of different products, either brushes or like cleaning pads. I like to use air. I mean, some shops have compressed air, which is kind of the way to go, but one of these is like 10 bucks, 10, 15 bucks. And I have links for all this stuff in my Amazon store. Now, you'll notice I still have some Tessa, which is intentional. So this should be the last thing that we remove. And I come in, test it again, we're good to go.